Ready? Got another Morse Lake bass. Here we go. All right. Uh-oh, sorry, Mr. Fish. Come on there. Whoa, buddy. I don't want to get a mouthful of hooks there. Oh. I hate to see a fish bleed like that. Good pound and a half. Another Morse Lake bass. This time off of a rock. Moved off the flat that we were fishing on this north end of the lake, and now we're up by the dam on the south end, fishing probably 15 to 20 foot of water, a riprap bank right near the dam, and fish are still hitting. Now let's get on back to fishing, man. See if we can catch us a couple more of these bass before the day's over. All right, Dan, we got us another one here. This is a nice one too. Another about 2 pounds, pound and a half. Come on in his boat, buddy. Caught quite a few fish today here on Morse Reservoir here in Cicero, Indiana. I'm fishing with Dan Palmer, Outdoor News Television series. I'm Donuel Bruno, Greenwood, Indiana, pro bass fisherman, the BSS Western Invitationals. And we're having ourselves a good old time. If I can just get this fish unhooked. We've changed baits here. We went from a slow floating crankbait to a shad wrap number 7. And we're still fishing the riprap next to the dam, and these fish are chasing shad that are being pushed against this bank from the skiers, and we have a slight breeze here, and these fish are just kind of going crazy. So what we're gonna do is let this fish go here so it can grow up and be a bigger one. I guess we'll try to catch us 1 or 2 more fish and go have some lunch. All right, well, we're fishing here with Dan Palmer on Morse Lake here in Cicero, Indiana. And it's time for us to go have some lunch. We've caught probably 12, 13 fish today. We had a great day. Despite the boat traffic, the weather was a little odd this morning. That does not necessarily mean that you can't come to Morse Lake and catch fish. Whether it's boat traffic, jet skis, raining, sleeting. I really wouldn't go sleeting, but wherever the weather may be, you can come here and catch fish. There's plenty of fish to be caught, and you just have to take time, be persistent, use a variety of baits till you find what the fish are hitting on, the bass are hitting. What I'd like to do now is talk about the baits that we use today. We use the Gamakatsu Spro slow cranking 25, prime 25 slow resin crankbait in a perch pattern. What we did was crank the rocks. We've cranked flats with wood. What these bass are doing is they're feeding on shad right now, and they're pretty aggressive. We have an overcast day, a little sun coming out, and we've caught a lot of fish. We've had a good time here today. One thing I'd like to also talk about is the variety of color. We also switched and used not only the Prime 25 crankbait by Gamakatsu, but we also used the shad wrap, number 7, in a gray shad pattern. The longer lip on it gives us a little more depth. The type of line we use is 12-pound P-line fluorocarbon on both rods. Here we have a St. Croix cranking stick, fiberglass, and we have a Bud Earhart cranking stick also. One thing you got to make sure is when you're out fishing these waters, make sure your hooks are sharp, your line doesn't have any frays in it, because if you have frays in it, as soon as you land that big one or hit that big one, it's going to break on you and it's going to upset your day. So to keep from ruining a good fishing trip, make sure you don't have any frays in your line, make sure your hooks are sharp. And what I do is, out of the package, these prime crankbaits by Spro have Gamakatsu treble hooks on them. I don't sharpen them. They come out the package razor sharp, and if they get a little dull, I switch them out. But other than that, another thing I'd like to talk about is boating safety. We've been out here, and right behind us there's an underwater island with buoys marking it. And a lot of boaters and skiers have been running across that, not knowing it goes from 30 feet to 3 feet. You want to be aware of your surroundings when you're out on a big reservoir. You want to make sure you read the buoys, the ones that say danger or do not enter or no wake, idle zone. Make sure you read them, because it could cause somebody to get hurt or do some major damage to your boat. We're going to wrap things up here. We've had a great day, like I said before, on Morse Reservoir. My name's Bruno. I'm pro bass fishing in the VSS Western Invitationals. And Dan Palmer and I had a great time. If you ever want to come out to Morse Reservoir, get into outdoor news with Dan Palmer, contact him. You'll catch a lot of fish and you have a great time. We're going to see you in another episode. I think I'm going to go fishing with Dan Palmer quite a few more times. Take care.